Hey guys! All right, here it is, the big reveal of my 8-week project that I've been bringing you guys along the last 8 weeks. It's been a crazy ride. I've shared some things. I've kept some things to myself, which you're about to see. So stay with me. Buckle up. There's lots going on. Okay, so here's the deal. After my last show, which was WBFF Atlantic City in December 2022, one of the things that I realized was that I had steered kind of a little bit far away from the reason why I started doing all of this in the first place. So when I started doing this, which is competing, years ago, very few years ago actually, all things considered, feels like a lifetime ago, but also feels like just yesterday. My goal was never to win. My goal was never to place shit. My goal wasn't even to continue competing. For those of you who don't know the backstory, I was just in a really big rut. Like, I had, my son was like, I don't know if he was 1.5 or 2, and I hated the way that I looked. I hated the way that I felt. I had no self-confidence. That was definitely taking a toll on all areas of my life, from my relationship to how I showed up for my kids, to how I felt about myself, to the way I showed up for any work that I did. So I was just in a really bad place, and honestly, at the same time, felt really empty, even though I had everything I ever wanted, right? It's one of those things where it's like, always wanted kids, and I always wanted a family, and here I am, with the best husband and the best kids and everything I ever wanted, and I felt really empty. I felt like I wasn't really working toward anything. I felt like I wasn't evolving. I felt like I was just living the same day over and over again. And I realized that while I do love doing everything for my family, I didn't realize how empty I was going to feel not really doing anything for me. So everything stemmed from that premise. I was just not in a good place, and I needed something to work toward, to help me feel better about myself. And Ralph's been watching bodybuilding since I've known him. Oh my God, by the way, so painful. Anyway, Ralph's been watching bodybuilding since I've known him, 10 years now, a little over that, and it's like, it never appealed to me personally. I did train, I did, work out, I took our classes, but my body always looked the same. And so here I was in this bad place. I never thought about competing. I never wanted to compete. And I came across this girl on Instagram that had, this costume, and I was like, what is this? This I can get behind. She's fit, but she's not overly muscular or overly lean and skinny, and she's got this costume on. What the fuck is this? And so he knew what it was, and I was mad for a second there that he never told me about it, but I started digging, and I realized, if he says I could do this, maybe I can. And I set out to do it, truly never thinking I actually could, never thinking I actually would. But I'm like, let me do this thing. Let me diet, let me train. I'll figure it out once I get there. I don't know how I'm ever gonna get on a stage. I was the most shy person you will ever meet. Super weird and uncomfortable. I know, it's hard to believe, but I was. And I would have never done a video or taken a picture of myself or put myself out there. But anyway, I did it. I prepped, and the way that we prepped, because I was like, I'm not gonna eat boiled chicken and asparagus. I'm not gonna eat tilapia and broccoli. And he's like, you don't have to do any of that. So he said I could be ready in 6 months, and I thought it would take at least 2 years, but here we are. So 6 months later, I get there, I'm in shape. It worked. It happened. It was a crazy, crazy time in my life. I don't think there's ever been a harder time in my life than that period of time. And it's interesting because a lot of times people quit on their journey because life is tough or because there's a lot going on. And what I found is that if you anchor it the right way, this could be the thing that keeps you afloat. This could be the thing that keeps you in control of the probably one thing you do have control over, which is yourself and what you do every day. So I saw that even during the pandemic, how so many of our people stayed on track because it was the one thing they can control. But anyway, I don't want to bore you with a tangent, but I did want to give you the backstory because that's how we landed here, and it's important. And so I went and I was lined up backstage, and he was like, listen, like, you just go and you do your thing once, like, and you might love it and be like, oh my God, like, next show, my bikini is gonna be like this, and this is what I wanna do. Or you might be like, bucket list check, like, I did it. I don't really ever wanna do that again, not my thing, but I did it. So I'm like, all right, and I'm lined up backstage and I'm telling myself, man, I really don't think I can do this. Like, I really don't. Like, I physically don't think that I can move this body out into that stage. Like, I was sick to my stomach. I was petrified. I was freaking out. I'm like, it's all good. Like, I already did it. Like, I got in shape. I'm here. I don't actually have to go do the thing. And then I was like, he will fucking kill me. Literally, he will leave me probably, because the struggles we went through to get here, I was like, I can't do that. I can't disappoint him. I have to go do it. And I just was like, fuck it. And I went out there. And I don't remember what happened. I blacked out. There were no stage videos from those years ago. That's kind of a new thing. But I did have some videos from the audience, and I did it. And I got off stage and I literally felt like I was gonna throw up. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. Thank God that's over. And then literally 5 minutes later, I'm like, holy shit, I just did that. And I felt like a completely different person. Between the work that I had put in, like, I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm glammed, and I'm, my body completely transformed, and I just did something I never imagined I could, not me. And I was like, holy shit, like, this is fucking amazing. Like, I can't believe I just did it. I'm like, there has to be another woman who wants to do this, every woman needs this. Like, I had this like thing where I'm like, every woman, especially if you're a mom, especially if you're a wife, but every woman deserves to feel how I feel right now, which is like, I put in all this work and I transformed the way that I look, and I showed up for myself day in and day out. And I did the hardest thing I ever thought I would, other than probably giving birth was the scariest thing I had done prior to that. And I was like, I can't believe it. Like, I'm never gonna be the same person again. Like, I just felt like this shift. And when the show was over and I finally saw Ralph, and I see him walking toward me and I'm walking toward him, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, there has to be another woman who wants to do this with me. And that is how it all started. And that is how it all has been for years now. That very next show, which was just a few months later, we had 12 people on our team. All of a sudden we have a team. All of a sudden we have all of these women who were watching the little bit that I had put out, because I was too insecure to really document that journey. And they were all moms, and they were all between 30 and 45, and for the most part. And they were all like, some of them were at our gym, and they're like, I've watched you do this. I've watched you eat. I've watched you train. If you can do it, why can't I? And that's been, the anchor of my journey. And that's been like the premise of Team Forever. It's always been about, for me and for our team, what we preach is that constant and continuous evolution of yourself. Because once I did that first show and I was changed, it became, well, what else can I do? How much better can I look? How much better can I pose? What kind of bikini can I wear? And I'm not gonna finish this and just go back to being old me. Like, now I gotta continue. Now there's more. Like, now the world's my oyster type of thing. And so it really became that. Every show was always about, how much better can I show up than last time? Every prep was about, how much better can I prep this time from the last time? How much more consistent can I be? How much more can I give it? It becomes a really beautiful journey of just complete self-creation and evolution. And that is really what it's all about. However, as you do more and more shows, and as you experience more and more things, and as you evolve in that beautiful journey, there are different things, because I think it's human nature to eventually want to win, and to eventually want to place, and to eventually become a little bit more competitive. And so, in full transparency, I think I steered away from my constant evolution and my journey and my process, even though that's how it started and that's how it was for so long. And even though that's what I always preach, I think personally I steered from it. And I think that it started to really tarnish my experience and my thought process around what I'm doing, why am I doing it, should I continue doing it? And so when I left my last show, I really felt like that. I started to do a lot of it more for either to try to win or to try to fit in whatever was supposed to happen in any given category or in any given show. It became more work, and it became more not about my journey. It became, like, that's the truth. Like, it just became not fun and exciting anymore, and it became just pressure filled and, like I said, far away from why I do it. And I don't like that, and it didn't feel good anymore. And so when this year started, once we got through the holidays, I really didn't know what I was gonna do in terms of that. I really didn't know if I ever was going to compete again. I didn't know what was next for me. I didn't know. And so Ralph was like, you know, you do need to have something, because we say it all the time, you can't be goalless. It doesn't need to be the stage. You know, you may not want to step on stage again. You may not know which stage you want to step on again. Like, there's so many options, there's so many things, but you do need something. And for me, the way that I look is very important. It's one of those things where once you achieve peaks of how you look, that does become your new standard. And so for me to not be working toward my physique is very weird at this stage in my life. I do enjoy it, genuinely. I enjoy if I'm going out on a date night, or if I'm going to a cruise with my family, or if I'm just going to the gym. Like, I enjoy putting something on and feeling good about myself. It has become important for me, like doing my nails and doing my hair and taking care of my skin. And like, you can call it vain, and you can call it, you know, whatever you want, but like, for me, it's important to feel good about myself. It's one of the lessons that I've learned over these last few years, that when I don't, I'm not the best version of me for anybody, including for me. And so that is important to me. And so he said, you know, you can't be goalless, and we do need to figure something out. It doesn't matter what it is right now, but we do need to work towards something. And one of the things that I have felt in the last few preps is that not only was I not doing it for me, because I wasn't doing it for me, you do get a little bit scattered. Should I do it like this? Should I do it like that? Should I do more of this? Should I do less of that? Should I look like that? Should I get this kind of bikini? And so it becomes like I said, not enjoyable. And he decided with me, that I should take a few weeks to just prep and not worry about what I was prepping for. And not have to have the answers, and not make it about anybody but myself. Can I show myself that I can just prep for me, that I can be consistent, and that I can do what I need to do, and I can enjoy that process? And at the end of that process, or it's somewhere in the middle of that process, then I would figure out exactly which route I wanted to go. And I did have a few different options and a few different things that I had in mind, but I didn't have the exact thing just yet. And it's really important, you guys, to have a coach and to have outside eyes, because sometimes, a lot of times, when we are in something, we can't really see it exactly for what it is. A lot of times we can't even dissect exactly what our behaviors mean. And I'm happy that he stopped me in my tracks after the last show, and I'm happy that, you know, I've had this time to really just be guided in this way, which was the way that I needed. And so for the last 8 weeks, I've been prepping, and I've been killing it, honestly. Like, it has felt good, especially the last 3 weeks. The consistency that I've had and everything that I've done just feels really, really good. And so there are so many things that have happened behind the scenes to get to this place of what we're actually doing next. So go ahead and watch it, and I will see you at the end of the video. Because in 12 days we are going on a cruise for Bree's 21st birthday. I can't even believe it. Hi guys, good morning. It is Monday, March 13th, and it's 8:20 a.m. and we are on our way to Miami. It is a 3-hour drive for us. We are heading to Iron University to do my very first posing session with Laura Lee. I'm so excited. It's so cool for me to venture off on this new journey, in this new season, in this new chapter. And it's cool because it's been a really long time since I've had a posing session for myself. I'm usually the one doing the coaching. Again, back when I started, obviously I did do some posing sessions, and Ralph has been doing my posing for me over the years, but it's a really cool new experience, and I'm really excited, and at the same time not nervous, but more like it's all so new to me. Like, it's so crazy that at this point, after doing this for so long, you can enter a whole new world and be a newbie again. So it's cool, really cool, and I'm gonna see how much of it we can record, how much of it we're able to capture, and I'll come back on here right when we're done to tell you guys how it went. I'm like new. So very simple. Front pose, back pose. Alright, we wrapped up that session. That was amazing. That was so cool. So much harder and easier than I thought. So much harder in terms of like the specifics and the conditioning of it, and like just how things need to be done, which is the opposite of how I've done them this entire time. Because again, it's a whole new world, but easy in terms of like there are only a handful of poses and transitions. So it isn't like so many poses, but the poses that are in place are very specific. So it's like a whole new world. It was so cool. You know, one of the things that I always say to everyone on our team and to everyone that we coach is that, in my opinion, at least for me, in my experience, this whole process and this goal and this journey is all about, you know, a continuous evolution of yourself, and you're constantly building that next version of you. And I feel like when I say that, a lot of times people think of just the physique, which obviously is the main point, like it's what you're working toward, but the truth is that just as much internally you're continuously evolving and building and creating, you know, a different version of you, and it's things like this that contribute to that. And it's really cool for me, like at this stage, to be diving into a whole other experience where I get to continuously evolve and grow, because now I get to learn something new and get out of my comfort zone and, you know, do a bunch of things that I haven't yet in ways that I haven't yet. So all of those things contribute to my continuous evolution and creation, and I'm really excited about all that. So it was really cool. Laura Lee is amazing, so nice, so sweet, obviously knows her stuff, which is why that's where we went. In the meantime, I have a lot of practicing to do, a lot of conditioning to do, so yeah. Hey guys, happy Friday. We are Miami bound, babe.
Hi, babe.
It's Friday, March 31st, last day of March. I can't even believe that. I was talking to Brie about that yesterday. And we are headed to Miami for another in-person session with Laura Lee. I'm so excited. I think was it 2 weeks ago that we were there last?
Yes.
2 weeks ago. So the last 2 weeks have been crazy, but also great. I have practiced a lot of that posing, but probably not as much as I should have, or told myself I would have. It's really hard, you guys.
You did good this week.
I did good. I did good this week. Yes, I did good. And actually, like I take my moments where I just, you know, do it every so often, even outside of my posing practices. I'm excited to go in person today and see, you know, how much better it feels and how many more tweaks we can make. Yeah, let's do this. Hey guys! Alright, we are Hyatt bound. It is officially the kickoff for WBFF April season opener Pro-Am show. I'm so excited. We have our team there. We have a few other team members coming in later that are not competing to come hang out and to come watch. It's going to be such an amazing weekend. We had a full day. I've been stressing out about time all day. It's 4:45. We are 36 minutes away. Oh, that's not too bad. We'll be there at 5:20. We're going to meet with our team at 5:30 to start registration and do all the things. But we've had a full day of work and cardio and training and eating and all of the things because we can't stop just because we're busy. I have water that I still need to drink, but I am in a good place with it. So yeah, we are glammed, we are dressed, we are ready for a fun weekend, and I'm going to take you guys along. Hey guys, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Okay, happy Friday. It is media day, it is neon day, it's Team Forever photo shoot day. It's gonna be awesome. Today is our actually like full day with the team. We got ourselves together this morning. Now we're heading to the Hyatt to do media day with the team. Basically just lots of pictures and videos in neon theme. Then we're all heading back this way to Secret Art Studios to do our team photo shoot. And then we're heading back to the hotel to do what we call in-room check-ins and hallway posing. It's a tradition with our team. Every show weekend, the day before the show, we all get together in our room, and mine and Ralph's room, and he does check-ins with everybody so he can see what everybody looks like, and everyone cheers each other on through that. And then we will go out into the hallway and do a full show rundown. I'll lead them through the posing stuff. Again, they're all ready. They've all done this a bunch of times at this point, but it's cool for them to do it all together and it be like almost like a mock show. So we do that in the hallway with plenty of space. And that will conclude our full day of team fun. And tomorrow morning when they wake up, they will be getting hair and makeup done, and they will be waiting until it's backstage time, and then it's show time. As far as me goes, as far as I go, this is bottle number 2. I've had 2 eggs this morning, 2 whole eggs. That open meal yesterday was so amazing. I didn't show you guys, but after registration night, Ralph and I went to like our favorite bar. It's like a speakeasy. How do you say it? So we had a couple appetizers, we had a couple of drinks. I haven't had anything like that in a couple weeks. We haven't really like stayed in, even though I always prep with going out. Just these last 2 weeks, you know, we wanted to make sure that we were very diligent just so that nothing reacts or sits bad. So but we went there, we had a couple of drinks, we had a couple appetizers, and then I was like, I'm still hungry. So we went to Wendy's, we had fries and nuggets, and it was amazing. I woke up this morning feeling brand new, a little bit tired, obviously, but it was so good to get those calories in. And not that I'm a scale lover, but I lost a pound overnight, so that is the beauty of his magic. But today, I may or may not be having an open meal. I don't know what later brings, but the entire day will consist of all of my water. I have protein chips, I have a protein stick, I have a protein bar, all of the easy on-the-go things where if I'm not gonna get, you know, be able to get to a meal during photo shoot, during driving, and during all that stuff. So I'm prepared, and then we'll see what happens at night. But yeah, we'll be checking into the hotel later after this photo shoot so that we can do all the night stuff with our team and so we can be there. It's an exciting, fun day. Let's do this.
Awesome. I love those arms.
Oh, we're coming along here. How they look today? I love her. They look better. No. Oh, Mama's looking there. Just a little bit.
She gave a 3/4 glute.
I was like, this ain't fine.
Wow.
Oh my God!
Is it a crack or an ear? What is it?
I had an open meal coach. What is it? Chocolate peanut butter pretzel bar.
Okay.
Ain't fucking around, people.
You're gonna walk to the center here, stop in the middle, this way. This is basically how long that is. I actually think if we can open, we can see it. Boom, 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 all the way to the end of the runway. And then here, you're gonna do your center part of your routine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you walk away slowly back. Because this is a little bit tighter, and I know you guys are coming through here, like after you do your pose over there, like just go. That's how it'll run, and it'll be the same for the gown, and it'll be the same for the team wear. It'll all run. Okay, this is still the microphone. All right, so that's it. We are doing WBFF LA in just from right now, 6.5 weeks. Like I said, the consistency in the last few weeks has been amazing. One of the things that I steered away from that I said earlier was how much this is about a constant growth and evolution journey for me. And there are a lot of things that I've wanted to do, that I've wanted to explore in the last few years, from fashion to modeling to posing to different events and different shows. I like to learn and I like to observe and I like to be in a lot of different areas so that I can be better for myself and for everyone that I coach. And so, we've gone to some NPC shows. It's been really interesting to see how many of you thought I was going to switch federations. But, I learned from Laura Lee, who is a master at her craft. I mean, when you think about bodybuilding, bikini posing, there's nobody else better other than, honestly, and this is a different category, it's not my category, but in bikini, she is the best. I love Sydney, but she is, a different category than me. She's super graceful on stage. But when you think bodybuilding and you think bikini, I mean, physique-wise, posing-wise, Laura Lee is it. And I learned so much from her, from how to angle my body and how to look at the body and how to look at symmetry and how to squeeze and how to turn. Things that I know, as much as I know and as much as I've done, you guys, we never know everything, and we can always learn, especially from people that do something different from us. I learned so much from just those 2 sessions with her. It was super magical. I'm so happy to have that other angle to me for my stage presence and to teach my girls. So that was really cool. And again, there are a lot of other things I'm still going to do to enhance my posing, my stage presence, my coaching, my physique. So I will continue to learn because that is part of that evolution and that is part of that growth. So that was a really amazing part of this journey. And, now that we have a plan in place, that's what's next. I actually have the rest of the year technically mapped out, but I do like to take it one at a time and see how things feel and see how things go. So the next thing, the 8-week project big announcement, is that all that I've done and all that I've experienced and all of the thoughts and all of the conversations with Ralph, it's been a really intense and crazy 8 weeks to get to a place where I feel really good about what I've done in the last 8 weeks. I feel really good about what I can do in the next 6.5 weeks. I feel really excited for this show, and all of those things I just said are feelings that I haven't had in a while, just because it's my fault, right? No one did it, but sometimes we steer and we don't stay true to who we are, what we want, or how we feel, and that does backfire. It's really important to stay true to you. It's okay to grow and it's okay to outgrow, but you do always need at your core that inner voice, that inner gut feeling. Gut feelings are guardian angels, and you have to always listen to them. And so here we are with this next show on the docket. My gown is already in design, which is going to be epic. I mean, how do you top the last, Brie put it, the last Royal Barbie puffy sleeve? You guys are gonna see, we're topping it. My bikini is going to be epic. Brie put it, Renata is a master at her craft, and she's working on something which she calls scandalous for the next one. So I'm super excited about that. We are potentially driving cross country again. It's an experience that we love to do as a family. I hate flying. I would do it if I have to, but I love driving cross country and stopping every day at a different hotel, at a different gym, and cooking in hotel rooms. I mean, if you guys haven't seen our road trip to Worlds, for WBFF Worlds a couple of years ago, or our road trip to Atlantic City, we love driving to these shows, seeing so much along the way, having some quality family time, and taking you guys through it with us. So if we drive, there's a chance we will. You guys are going to go on that ride with me more than you ever have gone on. That is my promise to you. That is what I talked to Ralph about. I'm like, if we drive, this is going to be full blown. You guys are going to feel like you're in the car with us, in the hotels with us, in that drive with us the entire time. It's a 4.5 day trip from Orlando, Florida to LA. And so it's going to be I hope so. Fingers crossed, guys. Cross your fingers and toes for me that works out. We have a few logistics that we need to figure out in order to make that official, but I think we're going to be able to make it happen. So I'm excited. And the logistic is the gym. We need to make sure that everything's covered the right way. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. And also, I will be documenting the next 6 weeks weekly, like I've done in the past for other shows. But like I said, even that we're gonna do better than ever. We are gonna document week by week how this prep is going, all of the ins and outs of it, from the training to the eating to the posing to the check-ins with Ralph to the bikini and the gown and mom stuff and life stuff. And because life doesn't stop. My dad's coming in from Brazil. I haven't seen him in 4 years, you guys, since pre-pandemic, and I'm so excited. We have karate tournaments, we have, life continues. And so I want to bring you guys along in the next 6 weeks. I feel really, really good. I feel really, really excited. I hope you guys enjoy going through the next 6 weeks with me. And I hope that if you take anything out of this video, is to sometimes stop and slow down and analyze and take inventory of your life and your choices and how it all feels, because you do have complete control of what you do, how you do it, when you do it, who you do it with. I know a lot of times we don't think we do, but we really, really do. You have control over so much in your life. Don't just go through the hamster wheel of you wake up and you do whatever needs to get done and you do whatever, and you don't have time for this right now, and you don't have time to think about that right now, and you don't have time to rearrange, and restructuring would be a huge pain in the ass. Guys, one go around on this earth. Don't waste it. Make it count. So I'm super grateful to you guys for always going on this journey with me and sending me all your crazy messages about like, what is it? Tell me what it is. I'm super grateful for Ralph, obviously, for doing it all with me, from the coaching to listening to my craziness. My kids, everything, everyone. Like, I'm just so happy and so excited. And I hope that you're excited about everything too that you've got going on. And if you're not, you need to change that. Let's do this! WBFF LA, let's do the next 6 weeks together. It's gonna be a wild ride. Buckle up, bitches!